Hey, it's Cassie, and it's been a while. This keeps happening, but I'd like to say that everything's changed. I feel like I might say this often, but that's just how life seems to roll at the moment. I think that my life today is unrecognizable to what it was even a month ago. And the reason I say that is because so much is different. It's actually a little bit mind boggling how much has changed in such a short space of time. So much so that I'm having a hard time keeping up with it all, which is why I've not been around. My my adult kid, moved out of home, which was wild and happened really fast and has been a huge change for everybody. It's created up all this space in the house because there's one less person. Um, so I'm currently in the process of designing and decorating my future office. I did promise I wouldn't move in for 2 months, and we're getting close to that date, but I'm not. I want to paint the walls before I get in there. It's really hard for me to go backwards sometimes. I struggle with it immensely. I'm very much in a present future place and spend very little time thinking about what's happened. And it feels weird to kind of report on the past because that's not the now. The now is very, very different. Now I am a woman with a future office. Now I am a woman with a gorgeous chaise, which I call Maeve because she makes me feel like a queen. Now I'm a woman with a part-time job or a casual on-call job, which suits me perfectly because I can just say I can work the days I can work and the other days I'm not working, and that's pretty wonderful. Oop, that meeting doesn't exist anymore. I'm a woman who is finally getting some counselling after years of needing it but not being able to because I've spent all this time supporting my kids. I am a librarian, which is a lifetime goal. That's my casual job, and I'm loving it. Oh my goodness, it's so nice to be around books all the time and just touching them and putting them back on the shelf where they belong and helping people find them and talking to everyone in the community. There's so many different types of people who come in, and getting to know them has been awesome. My workmates are great because everyone loves books and it's cool to find out the different things that different people love to read and like putting some of those books on my list to check out. I was talking to someone the other day who we discovered we both like thrillery crime type books, and her favourite author is one I've never heard of, so it's now on my queue. I do have a massive stack of books because no one said that when you become a librarian, you see all the books that are coming in and then you'll put everything on hold and then they'll all come in at once. And so all of a sudden you have 6 print books, or is it 8, sitting waiting for you to read. I'm almost done 2, getting there. And I am a woman who has discovered that I have ADHD and autism, or ADHD is a term that lots of people seem to use these days, which is blowing my mind. I did suspect, of course, as you do. I do live in a family of neurodivergent people, and several of them, mostly my children, have said to me for a long time, you have ADHD, you're autistic. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, you're really bad at this or that, or you're always saying you'll do things and you never do them. And I got a diagnosis, didn't expect to get the autism one. I went to a place online who do ADHD ones and did a pre-diagnosis thing, and they were like, "Yep, you do have it, and you can see one of the psychiatrists and stuff for medication," which I've started now. And I tell you what, I am blown away. I'm blown away. I feel like a different person. It's crazy how little time I spend beating myself up now. Um, it's it's intense to think about all the years that I have hated on myself, loathed myself, all the shame, the guilt, everything, the constant noise in my head telling me what a screw up I am, even when there's evidence to the contrary, is just wild. And I feel so full of all sorts of things to know that I've got to almost 45 before discovering this, and that there are thousands of people all over the world who do the same, get so far in life before they discover that actually they have been playing by the wrong set of rules. And it is the wrong set of rules. It's not one that's going to work. And so it's kind of been freeing because actually I am certified neurodivergent and proud of it. And I can be like, well, actually, this is me. I'm going to embrace all my quirks and weirdness now because I can. I'm allowed, and that's kind of wonderful. It's kind of freeing. It's also a little bit depressing because when I was in my 20s, I was diagnosed as bipolar type 2. And so for 20 years, I have believed that I have a major mental health illness. And I have tried so hard to control myself and not get too happy in case I get manic, which now I know is actually hyperfixation or hyperactivity or hyperfocus, and tried not to get too depressed, which is a thing that lots of people understand, but is not actually, it's not bipolar. And I know a number of people who'd been re-diagnosed and have had this misdiagnosis situation, and it's now that it's actually happened to me, it's like I feel all this grief over all the happiness I could have been enjoying, all the freedom I could have had, and how controlled I've led my life in order not to get too happy or too sad, in order to try and work within the structures of the world and keep on going without hurting anyone or myself. And in the process, have denied myself a whole lot of joy that I could have been experiencing. Well, not anymore. Not going to now. It's done. I'm going to love the things I love fiercely. I'm going to embrace my joy and follow my fixations and just indulge in whatever happiness life throws my way. So, yeah, everything's changed. I feel like a different person. And with my meds, I have some more focus. And without the noise in my head telling me what a shit person I am, it's much easier to get things done. It's just a huge relief, really. A huge, huge relief. And while I take a little bit of time to process the changes and to adjust my head to my actual reality and not the false reality I've been living for 20 years, I'm just making sure to take the time to enjoy life and read all these books that I keep bringing home from the library because they're so shiny and pretty and I love them, or other people tell me about them and I just have to read them. Because actually the other thing that has been really interesting is discovering that I have a little bit more energy. Like I'm still chronically unwell. I still have fibro, but my pain is reduced on my meds, probably because my stress levels have reduced. And also, I still forget things in my train of thought, but that's okay. It's just big. It's a lot. That was the thing I was going to say, is that actually because I have more focus, I seem to be able to get through things. I can finish my to-do list, which might take me 3 days, in half a day now because I'm not constantly being distracted. And also, I can get to the end of the list or most of the list or whatever, and I can go, hey, Cassie, you really need to rest now. And I can go down, I can lie down and read a book and not feel guilty about it, because I'm noticing before I have overdone it that I'm heading towards there and I need to take a break. So I'm just so much kinder to myself, which is a real gift. Like it's not something I had expected, not from an avenue I'd expected. I thought that I was just broken and I'm not broken. I'm just wired differently. And I've just been trying to fit in to the regular world, which is not built for someone like me. And that's okay because I can create my own worlds and I am excited to see what comes next. So what am I doing now? Right now I am working on the next draft of In the Earth's Embrace with my co-writer Iris Beaglehole. So fun at the moment. We're really having a good time now that she's finished off another project and she can put some more energy into it. It's gonna go great, and I'm excited to be digging into that. I'm also working on a proposal for a thesis because I want to do my master's in creative writing next year. So the applications need to be in September, and I just want to make sure that my thesis proposal is as good as it can be. I've got my casual work, which is great, and I've just started with 2 new mentees through the New Zealand Society of Authors who are so cool. We had a Zoom in the weekend, and they are newer writers working on finishing their first books, and they've got killer ideas and lots of things to bring to the table, and just need nudges to kind of help them to keep on task and finish that book, because I know they've got so much potential, and I think we're going to have a great year together. I haven't worked with 2 at once, but I thought that because they're both working on finishing their books, we could join forces, and the 2 of them could also bounce off each other, as well as using me as their mentor. So I kind of like have this little critique group, sort of writers group built into it, which I think is super valuable, especially in those early days when you need lots of encouragement to kind of get moving. So those are the main things that I'm working on at the moment, as well as just kind of figuring out the whole life-work balance, because I have not had a job outside the house in 20-ish years. Not quite that long, but almost. Yeah. So that's new and different for not only me, but everyone else in the house, because my kids have never experienced me having a kind of day job, even though it's casual, and sometimes it's a weekend and sometimes it's a week, and we're just all learning how to run with that, which is, I think, really nice. I don't know how. I used to wonder how anyone did that, because I just didn't have the capacity, but I really feel like with my meds, they help to give me the capacity to do those things that I never thought I could do before. So it's exciting in this household, and hopefully very soon you'll see me in a new room with dark purple walls. I was going to go green, but purple's my colour, and plants will look great against it, and it's just going to be like my own little hermit cave of solace. I don't know. I have to come up with a name for it. But I'm excited to play, because I haven't had a space of my own in freaking forever either. So it's me. It's my time. I am now a main character. I feel like a main character again, instead of just a side character in everyone else's life. So this is brilliant. Stick with me, and I will catch you again shortly, because I owe you so many things, which is fine. Catch you next time.